if we're being honest, that both the male and the female at their youthful state are being taught how to perform for the opposite sex. I don't think that when you talk about treatment, I don't think that if we're being honest, that in most cases, it may be isolated, but I don't believe in most cases, parents are sitting down and really educating a young man or a young woman how you treat the individual. I think what we're taught as young men is how to perform from a framework, opening doors, you do nice things.
Mistaken. Have you ever heard this phrase? In however, manipulate it however you need to manipulate it to make sure you can be honest with if you heard this phrase. Blah, 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 how to treat a lady. Have you ever heard anybody say anything like that?
I'm not sure I'm clear on what you're asking me.
Have you ever heard anyone say whatever they're saying and then utter the words, how to treat a lady?
No.
This is how you treat a lady. This is not how you treat a lady.
Okay. Yes.
I'm saying add whatever before, right?
Okay.
But then the phrase, how to treat a lady. Have you ever heard that?
Yes, but I've also heard the opposite as well. About
what's the opposite?
In terms of you better not talk to a
no,
man.
No. Listen. That's not the opposite.
Same thing?
That's not the opposite. No.
Okay. Or you better do this, or another woman will. That doesn't fall under that same thing.
No.
Okay.
No, that's not the same thing. Because see, this one is proactive in showing you what to do. What you're talking about is trying to tell a woman to stop doing something or to try to shame her into doing something. It's not proactive. Therefore, it doesn't stick the same. You train up a child in the way they should go. We tell kids what to do. We don't just utter what don't. We tell them what to do. Hey, this is how you do this. I'm going to do far better on the test if you tell me how to get the answer instead of you telling me how not to get the answer. Telling me how not to get the answer doesn't tell me how to get the answer. It may help me from making some mistakes, but it doesn't help me do what's right.
I think if we're being very honest, I believe from a parental perspective that both man and the woman is taught how to perform for the opposite sex. I don't think that. I said, I think that if we're being honest, that both the male and the female at their youthful state are being taught how to perform for the opposite sex. I don't think that when you talk about treatment, I don't think that if we're being honest, that in most cases, it may be isolated, but I don't believe in most cases, parents are sitting down and really educating a young man or a young woman how you treat the individual. I think what we're taught as young men is how to perform from a framework, opening doors, you do nice things. I have witnessed mothers, aunties talking to the young girls. Boys like it when you curl your hair. Boys like it when you maybe put makeup on. Boys like it when you smell nice. So she's being taught and groomed how to perform and appear to maybe be pursued, but that's not treatment. And I think that if you flip it, it's the same thing, because boys are also taught you open doors, you bring her something nice, you treat her nice. But when you go past the performative perspective, you're not taught how she perceives things, how she thinks, how you as a man really ultimately need to show up where it's going to resonate to her. You learn that while you start actually getting to know women on a one-to-one basis.
No.
Well, true, if women were actually taught at a young age how to treat men, then there wouldn't be 70 to 80% of your women initiating divorce. There wouldn't be your woman initiating divorce for small, dumb reasons like this.
The narrative. You know, my marriage was a success.
Yeah.
I look at it as like a curriculum when you're in college or high school, right? You're learning, you're growing, you're evolving, you're creating. And I was able to create with Corey some beautiful, amazing children. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And at the end of that curriculum, and at the end, there's a graduation, there's a celebration. Mm-hmm. So that's basically, you know, how I'm looking at it now. And I feel like people look at, when they look at marriage, that success equals longevity. but
it's just not worth it dealing with someone else every single day of your life. Every day. Every day you gotta deal with somebody. Is marriage even worth it? It's not. It's not. At some point, you're gonna realize that it's always best to just be alone. Because I've been married for about 7 years, and I don't even know if this is worth it. Like, and not saying that there's anything necessarily wrong. There's nothing wrong, and that's the point. Like, I don't even know why I'm upset. I'm just...
You know, usually I let it play a little further than that, but I was waiting for the part where she just gave us like the whole spiel about what he doing to her, how he molly-whopping her, and maybe he got 7 chicks on his side, maybe he brought her a disease, bad father, bad gambler, lost the house, maybe lost his business, got laid off from his job, play video games every day, smoke, can't pass a drug test, something. Like I was waiting on the bad guys. And she said it's nothing.
It's like not thinking that I made the right decision. Like, and I have a good man. I do. And that's not the point. The point is, it's like, you really do lose yourself. You lose your sense of individuality. You lose your sense of peace. And this could be even to a good man. Like, you're gonna lose something, and I don't think it's worth it.
What? What is wrong with the women?
Well, I mean, true. Are women being taught that marriage is just a curriculum, that at some point in time you can graduate from marriage whenever you want to? Once again, your women are being taught the wrong things, right? And that's the issue here. Now, he does bring up that, well, you know, men do go out the way they are kind of taught to treat women the right way, open up doors, yada, yada, yada. But you have your women who are pretty much taught how to, hey, if you look this certain way, you can attract men, right? Which, once again, we're talking about hygienes, right? I mean, my mother, my aunties told me that, hey, man, listen, if you don't clean your ears, if you don't groom yourself, yada, 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 you won't get the girl that you have a crush on, right? So, of course, you're kind of taught that, right? But I mean, if you are trying to hint at, right, that's the only thing, then, I mean, once again, that's just what's the purpose of bringing that up? Because let's just be real here. We're talking about your men who are able to say, hey, this is how my parents raised me, and this is how this is how I'm going to treat women, right? And the crazy thing is, this is how men are treating women, not just girls, but women. And we're taught that at a young age, right? So of course we're taught how to treat girls, but we're also taught how to treat women. You're pretty much saying something that goes without saying, right? No, like, yeah, okay, we all know everybody's going to look good, you know, it's all about hygiene. But once again, are they being raised to say, hey, this is what you want to do to be able to attract a man. You want to be able to have this type of personality. This is what you want to do to be able to attract a man. You want to be able to, you know, I don't know, be goofy, do this, do that, right? This is what you would want to do. This is how you would want to treat a man. Your women are not being taught that men at a young age. That's just a fact. But a lot of your boys are. So, I mean, for the most part, I generally agree with True, but, you know, this one, he is all the way off base. I mean, like I said, bro, I don't know why he even brought that up. I mean, you literally have women still saying that good men are still not good enough. I mean, damn, like, damn, how good do I gotta be? How good do I have to be? But that's still not good enough for women. And when we're talking about giving advice to young guys, you generally let them kind of grow up, let them go through a few heartbreaks first before you can actually start to talk to them, because they won't understand. It'll be, you know, kind of ignorant to talk to a child who hasn't even dated yet, or, I mean, there's certain things you want to talk to them about, but it's just almost like, hey, you have to let them go through certain heartbreaks so they then can understand and ask questions. Same thing with my uncles, right? They really didn't start asking me questions really about, you know, okay, let's kind of really get to know this guy, because now he's starting to build a personality. Now he's starting to understand, you know, he's starting to hit puberty, right? When I was sitting over here, bro, choking a chicken, right? And I'm sitting over here like, yeah, I'll be sitting over here watching a bunch of freaking videos. My history is all types of messed up. So yeah, they're going to question it. And they're also going to talk to you and give you advice. Simple, but let's continue.
No, True. Absolutely not. See, when you go to the beautification aspect and the hygiene aspect, which you mentioned. Boys like when you smell good. Boys like when you curl your hair. Boys like when you wear makeup. First of all, that's women telling them that, and the women don't know what they're talking about. So hold on. Women don't pursue men. Women do not pursue men. Women don't even understand their sons. I could assure you, most women have not seen their sons naked past a certain age, right? When those boys start getting to a certain age, those women don't help those boys figure out their bodies. These boys are figuring out their bodies on their own. Women don't know boys. They don't know the struggles boys go through. They don't understand anything about boys past the age of maybe 5 or 6. So when women are giving girls these instructions are wrong, because most people will tell you they don't like makeup. Makeup is a mask. Now, granted, we may think if a girl got makeup on, she's growing up, and we're like, ooh, we dealing with a girl kind of like a woman now. So we may fall into this psychological trance from that, but that's not like we desire makeup. We love girls in their natural state when we're young. It's not until we get older and we get introduced to makeup. We're not encouraging girls, hey, put some makeup on. That ain't what we do. So how can women tell us that boys like makeup? Because I don't know any boys that prefer women to wear makeup. Well, we get told all the time. We get shamed. Don't no girl want to smell your little musty. Get in the tub and wash up. You think you're gonna be around them girls and them girls' faces? Your breath stink. You musty. You ain't took a bath in days. Boys get told just as much as girls. If girls are told about their hygiene, boys are being told about their hygiene. But boys have to do the physical stuff to themselves. Then they have to have an outward expression. And boys also have to contain themselves. All the things they want to do, they have to not do those things for the benefit, comfort, and safety of girls. Girls are not taught anything to do for a boy. I guarantee you, you go around this panel and you ask the ladies on this panel, or you ask any of the ladies in the comment section, what were they doing specifically for boys when they were girls? The answer will be nothing. They don't do nothing. Ms. Taken, if you disagree, I would love for you to tell us what you specifically were taught and what you specifically did for the benefit of boys while you were a girl. I don't want to hear about when you were a woman. When you were a girl, what were you taught to do, and what did you actually do for the benefit of a boy?
Well, I can't say in my household because
I can't hear you. I don't know if it's my end.
Can you hear me?
It's probably my end.
Anybody else?
I'll drop and come back.
Mistaken, I can hear you.
Can y'all hear me though?
I can hear you too, Will.
Okay, I'll drop and come back.
It's exactly kind of like what True was referring to, the performative aspect of attracting guys. Now, I can't say in my household because I really grew up in a strict household in terms of like not being able to date and things like that. And to talk about sex, you don't have sex until you get married. So that part, I really didn't learn performative aspects of attracting guys. So where most of that information came from was peers, right? And then what I saw on television.
Wait, could you repeat it? Because I didn't hear nothing you said. I'm sorry.
I was saying in terms of directly being taught in my household, that didn't occur because I grew up in a very religious household. So the only conversations around that was, you have sex when you get married, right? We couldn't officially have like real boyfriends until like around 15, 16 years old, right? So that was my upbringing. So most of what I learned was from my peers and what I saw on TV, just like how kids are using social media today as a guide. That was my guide as well. So specific things were things like some act like you're the damsel in distress, look for guys that, because guys like to help, or put on certain clothing to make you look more attractive. Wearing makeup was one of those things. So the performative being nice, bring, stuff that he's interested, act like you're interested in. So those were some things that I picked up in terms of trying to attract a boy.
Ms. Taken, you didn't say anything. Respectfully, I'm not diminishing.
I said it was performative, just like boys want to be performative as well.
No, mistaken. First of all, you told us nothing that you were taught, right? Which I respect the fact that you
That's
were
what I
told.
just said. How do
I
you
know,
think
listen.
you're taught something? I don't understand.
Listen to what I'm saying real quick. I'm saying, respectfully saying, I'm not being condescending or diminishing what you were taught, but I'm saying you weren't taught anything specifically to do for a boy. Like I said, you weren't, and other women weren't either. But then you say you heard it basically through the grapevine from your peers, other kids, and you were told things that boys like, but you weren't told what to do expressly for the benefit of a boy. Boys are told what to do for girls' benefit. Girls benefit from boys' interests. Boys don't benefit from a girl's interest. All he
But
gets is the opportunity to perform for you if you like him.
Hey man, dude is on point. Your women do not know their children better than their fathers, right? Their men, the fathers know the sons better than the mothers do. We even see it with statistics where your kids fare better in a household with a father rather than a mother. That's just a fact. The boys need their father. But if you want to make an argument that a man can't really teach a girl how to be a woman, yada yada, because he got tampons and this, that, and the third. Daughter will still be in better hands with a father than a mother. But if you want to say that, hey, he still has his mama, he still has his grandma, he probably has his sister, he probably has a girlfriend, wife, whatever, right? But once again, if you want to argue that, hey, a man can't really teach a girl how to be a woman, hey, then that's fine. Let's just say if that is true, I would say women need to start being better role models. Point blank period. You need to start, and that starts with picking the right man to be in the same household with. That's all it boils down to. And when you have young women who are not being raised correctly, you have women who are initiating divorces. You have a bunch of women who are just piss poor, so guys are not wanting to deal with them. So they're just out here single. Beautiful, but single because of their mindset. And it's because of how they are raised. And he is spitting facts. He's saying that, man, listen, all of this stuff is what these mothers are telling y'all, but they're not telling y'all what men really want, what men really feel. And shout out to our boy, Stop Playing with Trey. I haven't done a video on him in a minute, but shout out to our boy, Stop Playing with Trey. He literally does interviews with the girls that are young, girls that are going to Howard. Hive mind, they all have the same mindset, man. Once again, you have a bunch of guys who are telling you, hey, I want women who are natural. But yet somehow, some way, these women keep telling you, oh no, a bunch of men want us, a bunch of men want us wearing weave. No, you have very, very rare do you find guys who want a woman who is not natural. Very rare. And even then they will say, I would want her natural, but she want to wear some weaves, whatever, right? But for the most part, if it's either do you want them wearing weave or do you want them being natural? Everybody will say natural. And with us having to go out our way, right? Think about it, people. With us having to go out of our way, if we're walking behind a woman, we have to go across the street. We have to go across the street just so we can make that woman feel safe. And we hear this stuff online. So guess what we do? We incorporate that in our life just so we can make you happy. So everything that we do, we've been brought up. Every man in this society is brought up to take care of women and to respect women. So, look, guys, y'all guys, let me know down below what y'all guys think. Do me a huge favor. Leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Till the next one.